Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to dive into events, event handlers, and event mapping in UI Builder. If you are building dynamic experiences, these are must-know concepts, so let's jump right in. Let's talk about events. Events are basically signals or notifications that something has happened on your page. They fire when a user clicks a button, when a record finishes loading, when a component renders, or when a filter value changes. Anytime one of these actions occurs, the component triggers an event. But events by themselves don't actually do anything. That's where event handlers comes in. Event handlers tell UI Builder what actions to perform when an event occurs. For example, when the user clicks a button, you can open a model. When a row in a list is selected, you can update a data resource. When a filter changes, you can refresh a chart. Handlers can update state, refresh data, navigate to another page, open models, change input values, or even trigger more events. So think of a handler as a response to an event. Then we have event mapping. This is where the magic really happens. Event mapping simply connects an event from one component to a handler in another component. For example, if you have a button and a model, you can map the button's on-click event to the model's open model handler. That's event mapping in action. Now let's walk through a practical example. Linking a data visualization to a record list on the same page. I start by opening the page in UI Builder. I drag a data visualization component onto the page, search for data visualization, change data visualization type to bar graph. You can select anyone from these two. So I'm selecting horizontal bar. Now in data section, here I'm adding data source. I want to group them by category. Now the chart displays categories such as network, hardware, software, and so on. Next, I drag a record list component onto the page and connect it to the same table, that is incident, so it can show detailed records. Now in configuration tab, under data section, select table as incident. Now I want the chart and the record list to communicate with each other. So I select the data visualization component, go to the events tab and look for visualization click. Before the handle can work, I need somewhere to store the clicked category value. So I go to the page settings, select client state parameters, and create a new variable. So I'm giving selected value and apply. Then I return to the charts event handler. For the action, I choose set client state parameter and the select. For the action, I choose set client state parameter, and in client state parameter name, I'm selecting selected value. In the value field, I click the binding icon, go to event payload, select params, then select query, and click on apply. This means whenever a bar is clicked, stores that category value into our state variable. Now, select the list component. The component configuration panel, under data, here I already choose incident table. Then I add a fixed filter. I click binding icon, go to client states and select selected value and apply. After saving and previewing, the list will automatically filter based on the categories clicked in the chart. For example, if I click inquiry or help, the list instantly updates to show only inquiry or help incidents. Similarly, when I click on hardware, it only shows hardware related lists. And that's it. We added a chart, added a record list, created a state variable, mapped the chart list to the state, and use that state to filter the list. And that's it. We added a chart, added a list, created a state variable, mapped the chart, clicked to the state, and used the state to filter the list, all using events, event handlers, and event mapping inside UI Builder. That's all for today's video. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.